Hello, you beautiful people of the intro tube. Right, today, let's do some reviews on some solar Jenny, shall we? Yeah! Nah, honestly. One of them I thought I would never buy because of all the hype, but I did. Kind of wish I didn't. But anyway, I won't pee about. We'll just get to it, shall we? Right. Right, I don't really have a tripod set up for this, so it's going to be a lot of moving about and using another phone to tell you what the specs are. The two in general are Jackery 240. Just about to see that. It's quite bad, my phone. There you go. Explorer 240. Little diddy thing. Not very heavy. And then, sorry about the phone being plugged in, but I need to charge. You know how it's like on a boat. We have the, where is it? I can't bloody pronounce that. How do you pronounce it? Biodunes. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. I'm dyslexic. What can I say? Right? You can read it. Biodunes. Biodunes. I don't know. Solar Jenny. So first off the bat, what I'm going to say is this one, the one that's given all the hype, okay, this retails for about $250 to $270. Now we got this for about $190, $180 on a Black Friday sale, and I just thought, well, you know, Jackery. I mean, look, they plastered their name all over the bloody thing, which kind of tells you everything you need to know. They give a lot of these away to people on YouTube. Van people, boat people, you name it. They're always giving these bloody things away for free. Right? I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Is that because the product doesn't sell itself, so they give it for free and ask people to do reviews? Or is the product so bloody good, they can afford to give it away? I don't think so, quite frankly. Because this little beauty, so this is $250, $260, probably $300, but it's come down a bit. We got it for $190 in the sale, but I wouldn't pay $250 for this. This one, on the other hand, I believe it's a Chinese brand, but it's solid as a rock. This is plastic, cast plastic, by the way, and this is solid metal, right? So I think if you drop this, no trouble. I mean, the whole thing's metal everywhere. The vent on the back is metal, solid. The only part that's plastic, I think, is the front. Right? And that's actually, it's got a lip on it, so it's not likely to damage anything if you dropped it on its face. Okay? This, you can get for 120 quid. This, 250. Right? This only got 500 cycles before it dies. This got 2,000 cycles before it dies. So, I think it's 2,000. Let me check. Yeah, 2,000 cycles. This is 3 times as better as this in regards to the life of the batteries. Now, what you're supposed to not do with these things is run them down below 20%. 10% you might be alright. Leave about 10% or 1 or 2 bars in each one of these before you charge them. Okay? That's my recommendation, because if you bring them down to 0, they will deteriorate the life of the batteries, okay? Alright? Now, I used to put comments on videos about these Jackeries, right, going, oh, why would you need one of them? They're not practical on a boat. And that's correct, right? You'd only really need one of these on a boat in the winter, because you're going to have plenty of solar on your boat in the summer, okay? You're going to have plenty of sun. So this is just going to it's just going to be sitting somewhere, right? You might charge it up occasionally, go, oh, I'll take it with me when I go camping or something, right? Or whatever. But mainly, we're going to put it away, because you can pretty much plug into your boat's solar system and charge everything and you'll be fine, because it'll be 100% all the time. 14.5% on your 14.5%, what I'm talking about, 14.5 volts in the summer is batteries full and beyond. You won't need this, right? Or this little thing. So let's start with the Biden's whatever it is. I'll read out the specifications, okay? Right. So it's got a built-in MPPT technology. MPPT, okay, is the Advanced Solar Tracking System for your solar system, okay? It's basically it's the most technology advanced way for you to obtain power through your solar panels, and for them to be put into your batteries in a economical fashion, let's just say, okay? There's two versions of this. There's the MPPT and another one. The other one isn't so good. So that's pretty good. It's got an MPPT charge controller in it. That's pretty good. The unit can be charged from a solar panel. So the good thing about that is that it takes a regular, and this is where they differ, this takes a regular input, 12-volt input, male to female connection, okay? So effectively you could get a one of these adapters, connect it straight to a solar panel, okay? You can buy these adapters on eBay for about, I don't know, £1, right? Wire it into your solar panel wire and run it straight in here, and the charge controller will take care of the input balance of energy, and you'll be fine, right? That's what the MPPT controller is for. It's controlling the amount of power that goes in there, okay? So there you go. So it has LiFePO 4 batteries. So that's different than the Jackery, because the Jackery has something else, but I'll get to that in a second. It has a capacity of 166 watt hours, okay, and 2,000 cycles. So that this small thing, which is smaller than the Jackery, okay, and lighter, by the way, is actually much longer lasting than the Jackery, in my opinion. You've got an input 14.8 volts maximum at 3 amps at 45 watts. Your AC output is 230 volts at 150 watts and 50 hertz. So that's that thing there. Now, I would use this predominantly for electric toothbrushes, your electric shavers. I use my Dremel with this, but I wouldn't go any further than that. I would probably, if you have to charge your lights up, like say you've got a carry light or a torch or something like that, sorry about my finger being in the way, head torches that take a 240 power to charge, low powered devices I would use for this, okay? Now when you turn this part of the solar journey on, it will take a bit of power doing that, because obviously there's a whole inverter in there. So low powered items, pretty good. I mean, if you wanted to, you could transfer from power from here to there. But yeah, so low powered stuff, lights, toothbrushes, electric shavers, guitar pedals if you want. I mean, I'm doing that right now. I'm running a guitar pedal, multi-effects pedal into this, and my my little amplifier into this, and I can probably get about 6 hours full capacity. You'll see. There are how many? 1, 2, 3, about 6 or 7. How many is there? 6 bars of power. So try to leave that at 2 or 1 when you're running them down, right? To make it last longer. What else has it got? It weighs 2.2 kilos, which is 4.85 pounds. Not bad. Dimensions are, width is 172 by length 80, and the height is 150 millimeters. What else we got in here? So what you get with the package is an AC adapter, okay, the car charging adapter. You get a solar converter for this, a DC female cigarette lighter socket adapter, which I never use, and obviously the user manual. Okay, so now that's the Biden, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. I've been using that one for 2 years so far. It's as sturdy as a rock. If it falls, like I said, nothing will happen to it. I'm very pleased with this for 120 quid. Quite frankly, I wish I'd bought another one, to be honest, because I do think the Jackery is all a bit hype. Let's go on to the Jackery now. Right, let's get past these silly ads. Sorry, where are we? Here we are, Jackery. Right. Specifications. So the specifications for the Jackery are as follows. Sorry about the camera. What can I do? Right, this is not a professional setup. It's just me and my boat on my bloody phone. So the Jackery capacity is 240 volts. Sorry, not what am I talking about? 240 watt hours. 14.4 volts, 16.8 amp hours. The cell chemistry is lithium ion. This is where these differ. Okay, the batteries in these don't do what the batteries in these do, which is explode. Right, so if this is put under pressure, overcharged, or crushed, and the batteries are damaged, bad things can happen to this. Lithium-ion batteries, not so great. They're the batteries that are in electric scooters that keep bloody going on fire when you leave it charged. So do not leave this bloody thing overcharged, right? It shouldn't do anything. It probably will cut off, but I'm just basically saying, do not leave it on for ages. You shouldn't do that with any of these battery things anyway. Right, so... okay, so it's got 500 cycles. Disappointing, Jackery. 500 cycles. 2,000 cycles, half the price of the Jackery. 500 cycles, disappointing, Jackery. Alright? And you basically can get it to, well, it says cycles to 80% capacity, okay? Right. Management system, BMS, over voltage, protection, short circuit protection. So I guess you can't overcharge this thing with a short circuit protection. It will cut itself off. All right, so it shouldn't set itself on fire. Not with today's technology, but it does happen with some dodgy manufacturing from China, right? I'm sure that's from there anyway, but never mind. Pardon me. It's got an AC out at 110. VAC is 60 hertz, 400 watts. That's not bad. That's actually twice as much output for 240 volts as that one. USB outputs, it's got 2. Okay. It's got a 12 volt input for charging. This is where they differ now. I'm going to show you something, okay? Regular solar panels that are used for solar generators come with the adapter, okay? Very common, male to female, simple 12 volt adapter. Jackery, okay, are being a pain in the arse, and they are changing the socket to a completely different thing. Okay, so now you have to go all around the internet trying to find something that fits this because it's just not normal. The reason why Jackery have done this is they want you to buy their 12 volt panel, and they will tell you that no other panel will work on a Jackery. Well, that's baloney, right? You can buy a converter for this, okay, and stick it on a normal 12 volt socket and whack it in here. Any 100 watt panel will work. Don't listen to Jackery telling you that their panel is the only panel that will work, and they're literally like 150 quid for a 100 watt panel, or it's not even 100 watts, I don't think. But they're basically trying to get you to buy their only version of a 100 watt solar panel, right? Which you can pretty much just get a £2 adapter and stick any panel in there, and it'll be fine. Okay, I don't like when companies do this, right? I don't. Because there's no need for it. Jackery could just stuck another one in there like that, in here, and you can use it, okay? At the end of the day, you paid a fortune for this, and these are expensive. You paid a fortune for this, and now you have to buy another £100 panel, which is going to bring this up to stupid amounts. Like, you could be looking at 400 quid all in. Not worth it. This, 120 quid, they've given you a normal socket saying you can use any solar panel you like, right? Preferably one for a charge controller like this, right? Because it already have the adapter on and you won't have to mess about with it. And they're not doing that. They're just going, there you go, there's your generator, buy a panel, get an adapter, stick it on, and off you go. Jackery are like, no, well, you can't use solar panel, you can't charge it up when you're camping, you have to basically come to us and buy our panel. Well, all they've done is wired on their adapter to a regular bloody panel, which is annoying. Alright, I think that's stupid. I was a bit disappointed with that. The AC adapter charges this up in 5.5 hours. The 12 volt car adapter will charge this up in 6.5 hours. That's the output, I believe. Solar Saga 60 watt panel that they give you, or they don't give you, you'd have to buy it. So the Solar Saga 60 watt panel, which I think is their one, I don't know, 7 hours fully charged. This weighs 6.6 pounds at 3 kilos. The dimensions are 5.2 times 9.1 times 7.7 inches. Okay. Operating temperature, it's been 14 to 104 Fahrenheit. So I wouldn't recommend leaving this. Well, 104 Fahrenheit. It's about 70 Celsius. Okay, between 10 and 40. Okay, don't leave it in the sun. Simple as that. Right, and on a summer's day when it's banging. You get a 24-month warranty. And the accessories you get with it basically are, you get the Jackery charge controller to power it, okay, from a 240 volt, and then you get one of these, what do they call these, cigarette lighter socket jobbies that come out from the USB. Oh no, they don't come out USB, they come out of the Jackery socket, I think. Or do they? Yes, it does come out of that. Okay. So let's turn it on and have a look anyway. I'll get this stupid screen thing off of here so you can see it. Sorry, I'm contradicting myself today. There we go. Get that silly sticker off. It's got a nice bright screen. Don't know if you can see it. 93% at full. Just charged it recently. Oh, it's gone off again. There you go. Nice bright screen. This is really bright. Much better in my opinion. They come with a light. As you can see, the Jackery does not have a light, and it's twice as much, if not 3 times as much. Got a flash on it. There you go. So let's start with this. So this has got 3 USB ports. Okay, 2 are regular power, and the top one is a fast charge. Jackery doesn't have that. Okay, doesn't have it. You have 2 ports for 12 volt input. You have your light, 2 inputs, so you can basically put 2 different 12 volts things into this, like lights and stuff, and that's your charging input. That's output, by the way, for power to lights, or whatever you want to charge 12 volt, and that's your input for power. Then you have your 240, the Jackery, you get your car cigarette lighter socket charger, which you don't need. I don't know why they put it on there. Why bother with that? You don't need it. You can buy an adapter for that. Why not get rid of that, add another one of these, and make one a fast charge? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so you have your display light, which turns on the display. That's for your 2 cigarette lighter socket, I believe. Turn it on and off. So you have that ghastly, silly, stupid Jackery only socket, 2 USBs, which are regular power, and there's no fast charge. And then you have your 240. Okay? So in my honest opinion, if you want my honest opinion, you don't have to take it. Entirely up to you. Can I turn that off? In my honest opinion, 500 cycles, 2,000 cycles, £120 on eBay or Amazon, nearly short of 300 quid, down to 250, Black Friday 190, 200. No fast charge, Jackery's only socket, so you have to buy their bloody panel or piss about trying to find an adapter or wire one on. Okay. This has fast charge, it's got a flashlight. Okay, so in an emergency you can flash it, like, I don't know, if you're falling off a cliff or something and you're laying on the edge somewhere and you need assistance and there's a chopper in the sky and you want to flash, you turn that on, right? There you go. Or you're suffering, you broke your leg, you're out in the middle of nowhere. At the very least, you have that, okay, to signal that you need help, all right? And it's pretty bright at night, okay? You don't have it on a Jackery. We don't have any light on a Jackery, okay? So, in my opinion, if you're going to buy a solar generator, and I'd only recommend it, I wouldn't rely on them for being on a boat if you're CCing, because in the winter, you're not going to be able to charge them up unless you run your engine and use diesel to power these. Okay, you can do that if you want to off a inverter. That's entirely up to you. The way we do it is we take them to work. We have one here full. We take them to work, and we have them on rotation. Okay. Now in the summer we have an allotment which has full exposure to the sun, even in the summer and the winter. So I'm going to test this when I get a panel adapter for this. I've got 2 panels, one for each. I'm going to try them out in winter in full sky exposure down our allotment, which is basically south facing and has good sun exposure. I want to see if these will charge in the winter as well, which I think they might do, because it's pretty bright where our allotment is, mainly for the purpose of growing food. Okay, so now if you have a job and you're coming out in the summer or winter and you have a marina or whatever, you can charge them up from that. But my recommendation is you take one to work, take another one, have another one at the boat, take that one, leave this one at the boat, and just alternate between the two. We use these two and don't use our boat batteries in periods between December and January. We just leave them alone. Okay, so these two are now replacing our boat batteries, powering our lights, powering our phones, powering our iPads, and we're pretty sorted, you know. If you're going to buy 2, get 2 of these. Last longer. I think this is all hype, man. I mean, how can Jackery bring something out that is twice as expensive and lasts half the amount of time? I mean, it looks like a toy, doesn't it? It really does. It looks like some sort of Tommy toy from the 80s. I don't know. You know, I mean, look at it. So I would say, if you've got money to burn, go for the Jackery. It's a lot of hype. I mean, I just wanted to see what it's all about, because everyone keeps going Jackery, 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 Jackery. If you're not an off-gridder if you don't have a Jackery. Well, I've got a Jackery now, and right? But quite frankly, I'm not overly pleased with it. This, I think, is better value for money. All right, so that's the Bidens or whatever you want to call it. Better value for money. Will last longer. Is so much cheaper than this. You can buy 2 for the price of this. So I hope that helps. So if you're looking at these as extra power to have on your boat, so you can leave your batteries alone, so that come spring you can start using your 12-volt system again. Or you want to use your TV on your boat in the winter, 12-volt TV, and just use that alone on the batteries. I recommend using these to save the power so that you can use it for the weekends. So yeah, so those are your 2 solar generators. I recommend this one, not this one. Take them to work, charge them up. You've got power on your boat, pardon me. And your phone will always be charged, all right? You never run out of power. I just look at it from the perspective, like I said, you leave my batteries alone on my boat. They'll last longer if I don't drain them during the winter. I don't want to keep charging them up all the time with my outboard engine or a generator, so these are covering my back until spring comes and the sun gets better. That finger, eh? Look at it. Hello. Right. Anyway, I'll have to love you and leave you. It's 23 minutes, probably too long. Thank you for watching my Marmite channel. You either like it or you love it. You like a... Oh my God, my bloody words. You either like it or you hate it. Like it or you love it. You know, I prefer that, to be honest. Anyway, I'll just balls up the end now. I'll leave it in. Waltz and all, innit? Waltz and all. Anyway, love you and leave you, and I shall see you on the next video. I hope that was helpful. See you later. I'd just like to make a public apology. My nose tissue was in the video. I hope it didn't put you off your breakfast. I'm sorry.